Hello everyone, welcome to the WSO2 API Manager 5-minute tutorial. Today we are going to create a REST API by importing a Swagger file. So let's get on with it. So first I am going to access the API Manager Publisher portal using the URL that you can find in the console that you started the WSO2 API Manager. So here in the API Publisher portal, since I have already logged in, I did not need to log in, but if you are accessing the portal for the first time, you have to log in with the default username and password. So I have to select the create API option. There I can select the second option that is available to create an API using an existing REST API. So here you have to provide the Swagger URL of your particular service. So in this scenario, I'm going to use the popular Swagger Pet Store example. So if you go to the Pet Store Swagger Pet Store URL, you can find the Swagger URL for the Pet Store. So I'm going to use that URL here. Once I give that, it will automatically identify that as a valid URL. Then I click next and it will automatically populate the name of the API, the context and the version from the Swagger file. So in the endpoint section, I need to provide the actual endpoint of the Swagger service, Swagger Pet Store service. So here in the business plans, I can select the business plan. Then I can create the API. So once you do that, it will create the API and the API will be in the created state. So now if you are need to publish this API into the API developer portal, you have to click the publish button. So let's do that. So once you click the publish button, the API is published into the developer portal. So let's go to the developer portal and access the API that we have just created. So here you can see the Swagger Pet Store API with the version, context, information. So what we can do next is we can subscribe to this API and try out the Swagger Pet Store service. So let's select an application and subscribe. So once you subscribe, you can try out the API. So in this scenario, we can get a test key to test out the scenario. And here I am going to use the get pet ID operation as our example scenario. I can click on the try it out. I can give a pet ID, so I'll give 1, and then I will click the execute button. So here you can see the response I received from the Swagger Pet Store service. So that is how you can create an API from an already existing Swagger file with the WSO2 API Manager. So if you go to the API Publisher portal, you can see the information that are extracted from the Swagger file and populated into the API. So if you go to the endpoint section, you should see the endpoint details. If you go to the resources section, you can see the resources are automatically populated from the Swagger file. If you want to add additional information, you can use these tabs and add additional information like business information. And also if you have any documentation, you can add documentation as well. And if you want to try the API from the API publisher itself, you can do that as well. So that's it for today's session. Thank you.